Watching the episode Jefe por un día from Los Flintstones is an unexpectedly insightful journey into the dynamics of authority, responsibility, and human nature portrayed through the lens of a prehistoric cartoon universe. The episode begins with the familiar bustling world of Bedrock, where Fred Flintstone, typically the everyman caught between domestic life and the demands of work, faces an unusual opportunity to assume a position of leadership at the quarry. The opening scenes immediately establish the core tension. Fred's excitement at being temporarily promoted contrasts sharply with his co-workers' apprehension. The animators masterfully use exaggerated expressions and physical comedy to highlight the inherent challenges of leadership, particularly for someone who is unprepared or inherently chaotic. Fred's interactions with Barney Rubble, his longtime friend and co-worker, serve as a foil, illustrating the contrast between impulsive enthusiasm and cautious pragmatism. The dynamics between these two characters, while often played for laughs, also reveal deeper truths about teamwork, loyalty, and the responsibility that comes with authority. One of the most fascinating sequences is the morning meeting scene, where Fred, attempting to emulate the behavior of the existing boss, ends up inadvertently causing a series of miscommunications and logistical errors. The sequence combines slapstick humor with an almost sociological study of group behavior, as the quarry workers respond to Fred's overzealous directives with confusion, amusement, and occasional rebellion. Each worker's reaction is carefully animated to show a spectrum of responses to leadership styles, subtly highlighting how different personalities respond to authority. As the narrative progresses, the episode delves deeper into Fred's internal struggle. Although he is initially thrilled by the novelty of being in charge, he quickly encounters the limitations of his knowledge and the consequences of rash decisions. A pivotal moment occurs when Fred authorizes an ambitious, overly complicated project intended to increase quarry output. This decision triggers a chain reaction of comedic disasters, from machinery malfunction to accidental injuries, all portrayed in a manner that balances absurdity with underlying tension. The sequence is particularly effective in illustrating the theme of responsibility, showing how even the best intentions can lead to chaos if one is not prepared for the consequences of leadership. Another scene that stands out is Fred's attempt to motivate his team using what he perceives as inspirational speeches. The animators play with the timing and exaggeration, depicting the workers' varied reactions from utter bewilderment to bemused admiration. This scene, while humorous, also serves as a commentary on the performative nature of leadership and the difficulty of truly inspiring a team without understanding their needs, capabilities, and motivations. The episode's subplot involving Wilma Flintstone, who is initially skeptical of Fred's ability to manage the quarry, adds another layer of depth to the narrative. Her perspective provides a counterbalance to Fred's enthusiasm, highlighting the importance of experience, foresight, and rational judgment in leadership. The interactions between Fred and Wilma emphasize the value of dialogue, constructive criticism, and mutual support in both domestic and professional contexts, reinforcing the timeless relevance of these interpersonal dynamics. Throughout Jefe por un día, the animators cleverly use visual humor and Stone Age technology to enhance the storytelling. From the foot-powered vehicles to dinosaur-powered machinery, each gag is meticulously designed to reflect the constraints and creativity of Bedrock's world, while simultaneously drawing attention to broader themes of innovation, problem-solving, and the unforeseen consequences of human ambition. The episode also subtly critiques hierarchical structures by showing that a sudden elevation in status does not automatically confer wisdom or competence. Fred's journey illustrates the disconnect that can exist between nominal authority and actual leadership skills, a lesson that resonates across cultures and eras. In the climax, the culmination of Fred's misadventures forces him to confront his limitations and acknowledge the value of collaboration. The resolution is both satisfying and instructive, as it emphasizes humility, learning from mistakes, and the importance of shared responsibility. While the episode is comedic on the surface, its underlying message about the human tendency to underestimate challenges, overestimate personal abilities, and rely on charisma over substance is strikingly relevant. One cannot help but notice how Jefe por un día also incorporates social commentary on workplace culture, exploring themes such as peer influence, managerial competence, and the fine line between empowerment and recklessness. Fred's impulsiveness contrasts sharply with the cautious, methodical approaches of his colleagues, providing viewers with a playful yet instructive reflection on leadership diversity. Additionally, the episode excels in its pacing and narrative structure. Each scene builds logically upon the previous one, blending physical comedy with character development and thematic exploration. The timing of jokes, the escalation of consequences, and the careful resolution all demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of storytelling that belies the cartoon's apparent simplicity. The humor never detracts from the narrative's insight, but rather enhances the audience's engagement, making the lessons more memorable and impactful. Beyond the immediate narrative, one can appreciate the broader cultural significance of the Flintstones franchise and this episode in particular. By framing contemporary social dynamics within a prehistoric setting, the show creates a safe distance that allows viewers to explore complex themes without the constraints of realism. Jefe por un día is a prime example of this technique, blending timeless human truths with imaginative storytelling. In conclusion, Jefe por un día is much more than a light-hearted episode of a classic animated series. It is a sophisticated exploration of leadership, responsibility, and human behavior, delivered with humor, wit, and visual inventiveness. The episode's strength lies in its ability to balance slapstick comedy with insightful commentary on authority, teamwork, and personal growth. Fred Flintstone's chaotic journey into leadership serves as both entertainment and a subtle reminder of the complexities of human interaction, making this episode a standout in the Flintstones canon and an enduring example of how animated media can provide meaningful reflections on everyday life.